So look at her. Beautiful. Got some really lovely detail. Look at this lady. I have I've done quite a lot of fillers in this one this time because hiya Rachel, oh my little mate. I've done a lot of fillers with this time only because now that I've started crafting a little bit with the last collection, I loved it, but I thought, oh, I could have done with that there or that there. So I am learning, you know, it is going in. Oh, bless. You can see him, I don't know, can you see it? I can't, honestly. Can you see all the pointillism around the mouth and stuff? Oh, I love it. Honest to God, I could do portraits all day long. So these are the butterflies I drawn to go with this little lady. Hands. You can see all the detail in her face, in her hands. So then these butterflies go with that stamp. Right, will you lot sort it out and let me know what I'm doing? All I'm saying is me and Jane are staying over. We could have a drink then, Jane. Oh my God. Jane will look after me, I know she will. So this is the last one. I've done some of these ferns as fillers as well. Look at her, look at her little face. So again with this collection, you know what? I really haven't got a favourite. These were fillers that I split up and put with the stamps. I love this, you know. And I've been stamping with it, and you can really do a lot of things. You can use it that way, you can use it that way, you can just use a section of it. I'll show on my demo that I'm doing later on in the week, I'll show you how I've used that in texturous ways. Look at the frock. Look at that. Let me put my specs on. So here are the stamps. Some of them, I do think I've stamped them out all right, but a couple of days ago I lost one of my magnets for my stamping station. I know I can buy them, I've already had a look on Amazon, but I haven't got another one yet. So it was a little bit slightly moving sometimes. I was trying to be really careful. So this is the first one. This is the stamp out, so you can really see how crisp that detail is. Look at that. And this is, once in a while, fairy tales do come true. Only once in a while, but they do come true. I was going to sing to you then. Oh, I'm a bit giddy, aren't I? Look at her. And I mean, they're really big stamps, these, you know. Yeah, I do. I love them. You can see this stamp. Look at this. How that's stamped out. How fine that detail is. See it there. Look at her little face. Oh, sorry, the last one, I'm sorry. The last one is Fairy Tales Do Come True. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't looked for a couple of hours, but in a single that had nearly sold out. So it might get to a point where I can't get any more extended stock on that as well. So it might get to a point where it's sold out. There's nothing I can do. It was quite popular, that. I should already shown you that, haven't I? And Into the Forest, this one's called. And this says, and into the forest, I need to put my glasses on. Into the forest, I must go to cleanse my soul. That's what I do very often. Right, it's funny, isn't it, that, you know, everyone's different. I've got my favourite, but I'm not going to say, but, yeah, everyone's different. And I normally get that with my ladies as well. Like, one will like one and one will like another. And sometimes as well, it's a bit strange because I'll draw something and I've got my favourite once I've drawn them. But when I actually start stamping out, it could change. And this is, You Are the Magic, Dear Friend. Okay. They're hard to see these, you know, with the cellophane and the lights. But I will post the full set on my Stampin' Ori later. This is the last one. Breathe in the moments that take your breath away. This is the one with the butterflies. I've got a demo during the week with this where I've used the butterflies over and over and I've collaged them as well. Looks really cool. This is a stencil. This is beautiful as well. I used some of Funky Fossils Stella paste on my samples. It looked brilliant. So let me show you these. So this is by our lovely Amanda. Look at that. So bold with colour. Just even put the colour on there. I love it. Again, this is our Amanda, the green and red ladies. Stamp out beautiful, these. This is from our Jane. This looks a bit punk. Looks a bit edgy, doesn't she? This is by our Amanda. I love this. You know what? It's so simple, but it really reminds me of old artwork, like vintage artwork. I love it. This is by our Jane. They're clever, aren't they? Clever, our girls. This is by our Amanda. Oh, I love what you've done there as well, Amanda, with the little fern stamp. It's our Jane, and she's used some of the stencil there on the side as well. This is our Amanda. Love this. She's used the stencil as well here. I haven't done an example of the stencil, you know, I just realised last minute. But I'm going to use it on my demo anyway, so you'll see. Yeah, I do. Amanda's really good with colour. She's really bold. That's our Jane's. She used a little bit of the stencil as well. I like the way she's just cut it out. Just used a section. Red and green lady. Looks a bit punky as well. This is our Jane's. I think she's literally just put it onto grey card and just put a little bit of colour on it, which is really, really lovely. It's a bit like pencil work. Look at them. You know what? This is what sometimes amazes me. Is I think this is Amanda's. Yeah. The way she uses colour, I wouldn't put them colours together, but they go really, really well. Like the rusty colour with the lilac, it's beautiful. This is our Jane's. Bit of a watercolour wash. Pink hair. She's used the stencil again. Oh, look at this. Love, love, love this background. Look. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, I've got a big fly now. This is our Amanda. This is our Jane. She's used watercolour again. I really like that background. So clever, aren't they? I think this is Amanda. Oh, I love that as well. Oh, you've just done it with the grey wash and the red lips. This is our Jane's watercolour again. These are the ones that I've done, which I'm going to show you via demo as well this week. So I've used a bit of collage on here and watercolour. You can't really see, but I've used a swirl stencil there with the Stella Pace. Oh, I love using collage. I keep all my little bits and use them. This is one I'm going to show you demo as well. So all I did was I just did a wash and put some collage butterflies on and just stamped some butterflies. You can see there, look how that's raised. Oh, honestly, you know these, I've done this since I was young at art college. I'm obsessed. Making little parcels of squares and stuff. If there was a job for that, I'd really want it. Used a bit of gold leaf as well. And the rest is just really watercolour. That's the swirl stencil as well with the Stella Pace. So that's the beautiful collection. I'm going to do this one tonight. So all I've done here is I've just repeated the stamping over and over. I don't know if you can see it, but I've used the Stella paste there for the butterflies. Can you see? Just so it's really subtle. And the rest is just watercolour. Little frog. But yeah, they really do go a long way, and you can really build them up, you know, to give really good foliage. And some of them there, I don't know if you can see, I've drawn into them slightly as well, you know, the ones that are slightly missing the heads. And you don't even have to draw it squiggly, you just draw something in that resembles a flower. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do tonight. Okay. So all I'm going to do is just going to wet the background on one side here. See, when I do watercolours, unless I'm doing something really intricate, I do this technique all the time. I basically wet the area that I want the colour to go in. I drop the colour in and then I move the paper so it finds its own way. And I like that because it's quite random as well. You always get a different effect every time. I like it. Right, so just go in there. So this colour that I'm going in to start with, it's like a rose colour. Make sure that's still quite wet. What I'm going to do is get the colour. So this colour is, there's quite a lot of pigment and it's just diluted slightly with water. So I'm basically, you can see, I'm dropping it in and I'm just moving the paper to where I want it to go. Yeah, I have used different ink colours. You know what I've been using? But to be fair, I've had to order another one because I've been using this and I love it. But then I was mixing it with navy and I think the navy's gone in with the lilac. So it's the lilac bloom from the A5 Clear. I love that colour. So I've just ordered another one for me demo this week because I've just made a mess of that one. And again, I knew really I shouldn't have done that. But I did. You see how that's just running down now? Is it really blowing a gale? No, it honestly got blue skies here. It is cold though. I tell you what though, we're not doing bad, are we, for the weather that we've had? I think we're doing all right, considering we're only just going into June. dropping it in. And then what I did right at the very end as well with this, once it had all dried, I went in with some colour pencils just to fine tune some of the detail in the middle. But I love this technique. I mean, this is total mindfulness, isn't it? And that's the thing with me sometimes. When I do a live, I forget halfway through that I'm actually doing a live. They're just going to my own little world. Oh, are you? Forecast rain. Saying that, I don't know what I'm saying. Are you for? We might be forecast rain. I mean, we normally get great weather, do we, in Manchester? It's normally, well, we normally always get like the bad lot. Right, I'm just going in with pure colour now, just to. Because the thing is, if I had all night to do this, I'd literally just I would literally just keep drying it and building it up. But I know that you don't want to listen to me for the next 4 hours. Yeah, you're right, Amanda. I mean, we've had a little bit of rain, but we've not had a lot. But the plants, they need it, don't they? It's so funny though, you know, because I live on a sheep farm. Seriously, them sheep are really hardcore. They're out in all weathers. It's bizarre. And they've got a shed. It's not like they need to be. But yeah, they're just... The lambs are getting bigger now. I mean, really big. Right, I'm going to mop this up and I'm going to dry it. So if you want to grab yourself a brew. I mean, this is the only long process, this, and then the rest of it's pretty quick. Well, I'd say it's pretty quick, but... So a stamp with, I'll show you now how I'm doing this. So a stamp with the A5 Clear. Well, I didn't do it on this one, I did do it on that one, so yeah, just ignore that for now. I did the navy. I'm a bit, don't really like doing the black. The black always looks quite harsh. And the Portobello, which is like, is khaki green, which I really quite like. I use that quite a lot. But I'm not a connoisseur with stamping or inks, so don't ask me any technical questions. But you like what you like, don't you? But I think when I very first started and I asked my ladies what can I get, and they recommended the A5 Clear, so I just stuck with that, to be fair. Right, so let me just gonna add a tiny bit more to that, and then, I mean, obviously you know, if you're doing it yourself you can build up, but that's how you would get this sort of background. I just keep building it up as I'm doing it. Yeah, I really like the I mean, I haven't really used really many of any other inks, so I can't really compare, but I think they're brilliant. We've got some really lovely colours as well. Right, I'm going to send that a bit up there. I mean, it's like when I do stuff like this, I absolutely love it. And then I would even probably afterwards maybe make them into maybe flowers. Drop a bit of colour in there. Water, sorry. There you go. Liking that now. So that's the thing as well. Are you a bit like that, that sometimes when you really get into something, you don't know when to stop? It's almost like you don't want, you're loving it that much that you actually don't want it to end. I think I'm quite happy with that for now. Start getting this foliage in. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Can live with that. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I'd so love to spend the weekend with you lot and you just show me your tricks and stuff. I'd absolutely love it. Like I said, when I did the weekend of this weekend, I was in awe of what the girls were doing, because you know I'm not a crafter, and some of these techniques, it's like, wow. You should really do that, you know. You know, maybe just find like a couple of, because I'm getting a bit braver now with driving, because I've been to quite a few places now. So when I went to Ditton, that was 5 hours, and I literally did it straight, because all I was thinking was, if I get off and just have a brew, I won't want to start again. So I'm getting a bit brave, and honestly, I was the sort of person that I'd go down to the shops in my car. That's all that I would do. I would never drive anywhere because it used to scare me. But now I will probably drive most places. But yeah, it'd be nice to maybe just pick some like landmark places, you know, throughout the country and us meet up. I mean, I might be a stress head when I get to you, but I'd give it a go. I'm going to hopefully go and see Jane as well. I'd love to go and see Amanda. Really would. But I'm going to go to Jane's and she's going to cook for me. She promised me that she'd make me cake, which will always get me there. Yeah, I would probably still keep messing with this, but I'm not going to do. It's fine. Just looking, oh wait a minute. So when I finish this, when it's all done tonight, I would literally, I might even put it under my glass mat here, you know, to flatten it. And I think because I work on quite big pieces of paper as well, because I like to do that. I mean, I'd never be a card person. It's too precise and it's quite small. So I mean, that's why it's brilliant that my ladies like doing that, because I wouldn't be able to do that. I know I wouldn't, and I definitely wouldn't be able to do it like my girls do it. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get a bit of a washing in. I'm going to start dropping colour in. There is areas that I will want to fine tune once I've dropped the colour in, but I'm just doing the background colour for now. So I'm just getting the big brush, just trying to go into the areas that are what I see as background. And then really, you know what, you just enjoy it. I mean, I always start something and it is never ever how I envision it. It always just goes into its own world. So I'm just going to start by just filling a tiny bit in with this pink. So I'd fill it in. I'm just going to wipe my brush, then mop it up. Now I know that's wet enough now, so I'm going to fill it in, move that about. So I've got a bit of colour on there, so I can really move that about. Like this. Mop it up. I've just dried my brush, I'm just mopping it up slightly. And I mean, the really good thing with watercolour as well, if you start off quite light and you build it up, say if you went into an area that you didn't necessarily want that colour, so say if I went into that and I thought, oh, I don't want that in there, just quickly, wet your brush, go into it, and dab it off and it comes out. So versatile, watercolour. Do many of you do watercolour? Ah, right. You eyeing it. See, that's it. It's doing these lives that I learned so much, you know. Yeah, I know, Gillian. It's just the best ever. I could, honestly, I could spend hours doing it. Frightened of watercolour. Pat, what frightens you? Try and explain so, and I'll see if I can help you. Because I think you like help me so much. I'd like to help you now and again. But I'm gonna be doing this tomorrow at the same time. I'm gonna do another one. So most of it will be watercolour. I've done a bit of collage and stuff. I'll show you how I've made a little bits. I'm gonna I've ordered some magnets off Amazon. I think they're coming tomorrow. So hopefully I can, I mean, I don't know if you want to see me stamping out, because at the end of the day, you all know how to do it, don't you? And then watching someone who has only been doing it 3 years. I love watercolour. Does most. Right, yeah, medium, yeah. I just think it's, years ago I used to do a lot of oil. I used to do oil portraits and stuff. And oil takes ages to dry. And I'm like so impatient. Where watercolour, it's instant. And you know what's nice as well? Has any of you used gouache? Gouache was my absolute go-to when I was at art college. And gouache, so this is how gouache is different. So you can use it exactly the same as watercolour. So you can do this with it, but it's not see-through. It's opaque. So you don't, obviously you can't use it in the same way as you use watercolour. You would literally have to go from light to dark, because once you've dropped colour in, you know, you can't then go back into it. But gouache is a brilliant, is a really, really lovely medium. I'm quite happy with that. Like, seriously, I'd be there all night messing about. Stop it now, Erica. Oh, did Pat get back to me? Wait a minute. In a freeway like you do. Yeah, but you know what as well, Pat? As you say that, what really scares me is when I look at my girls' samples and they've done all these really precise cards that you could literally go out and sell. That scares me. So I'm not very good at doing precise, intricate stuff. In fact, that's bizarre, isn't it, that I say that when I do all this. But yeah, I wouldn't say I was good at that. This, I find easy, because if you make mistakes, it doesn't really matter. There's no mistakes you can make with this, because it's all quite abstract and random. And I think that once you get, I mean, I suppose it depends on what sort of person you are. I feel that when I'm working like this, I love it because it is so random and there's no mistake. It's not like I've gone, oh God, look at that, now I've made a mess of it. There's no making a mess of anything. And I think that the only thing I could advise, if that's what you struggle with, is do a few stamp outs of your favourite stamps, and even have a play with them like I have as well. And then just have a few stamped out. Get your watercolours, get a big tub of water like that, and just freestyle it. Just drop your colour in. So literally, here now I'm going in with my next colour. So I'm dropping the colour in where I want to see the colour. Show you. Dropping the colour in. I'm just doing it randomly. There's no particular technique. And then I'm going to mix that slightly with So this is another thing as well, you know, when I choose my colours, the way that I get a lot of my colours to like marry together and they look fine is, say for instance, I've gone in with the green now, that green's the wrong green. What I did last time was I mixed the green with a tiny bit of the pink, and let me show you what that colour is. It just sits with the eye better because you've got a bit of that colour in it. So that's another technique that I use as well. Oh yeah, you know what we should do maybe then? Oh, I'm trying to think how we can do it. I was saying we should have like a watercolour class where we literally just freestyle and see what everyone produces. Mopping that up a little bit. Pat, you know what? If you join me for the rest of the week, and even if you don't join me, if you're doing something, get me on catch up, and then just watch the way that I use colour and my technique, which is not really a technique to be fair, but I think by the end of the week you'll definitely give it a go, and I think you'll be good at it. But again, I suppose it's what you enjoy, isn't it? I mean, if someone was to sit me down and say you've got to make really precise cards and you've got to be able to sell them and they've got to be perfect, I'd have no interest doing that whatsoever, because it's not me. It's not what excites me. So if doing this freestyling would stress you more than it wouldn't, I just stick to what makes you feel happy inside. Right, so I'm adding a tiny bit of the green, well, a lot of the green and a tiny bit of the pink now. So it's going to be a bit more greener, but it's still got a tiny tone of that pink in. Right, let's just get down here a bit. So yeah, I have a colour palette. You'll see it here now. Let me show you. A mess. Right, so I'll have a colour palette. So that green I started with was that colour. And all I do is I have it to one side, dip slightly in there until I get the colour that I want. This is when all your colours will marry up together. I mean, I always say to Amanda, I love the red and the green because they're totally contrasting colours, but put together it's really quite vibrant. But this is exactly the same as the red and the green. It's just that my greens are muted. I mean, pink is white and red, and this is a green khaki that I'm making now. And also as well, even with Stampin' Ore as well, a lot of the stuff that I've done over the years, I've done it by mistake. And it's like the bleach thing that I've done a few times. I did that by mistake and I'm obsessed. And I've literally been doing that for 30 odd years. So I think sometimes you just try something a little bit different, maybe takes you a little bit out of your comfort zone and just let yourself go. Right, I'm going to get that in there. Yeah. So, orange. Right, so I'm going in. This is like a yellow ochre that I'm going in with. But again, I'm going to tiny bit of the pink to it. So it'll start making a bit of an orangey. But as long as all the colours on your palette, you either use them separately, but with a hint of another colour that's also on your palette, your colours will marry up. They won't look against one another on the paper. I mean, that's why I do that there as well, you know, when I do my little reference, because they're all the colours that I've used in that piece. Right, I'm going to start getting this foliage in and then I'm going to work on a face. Yeah, I use Winsor & Newton. And, which one's this? I think that I've said this before, but I've got a Winsor & Newton palette that I've had since I was 21, and I love it, and I keep buying new little paints for it. But I think any of your well-known brands, they're worth getting. And I know that they're a little bit dearer, but oh my God, the pigment is so much better. So in the long run, you will end up using less. I got some paints off I'll show them you. I got some, I don't know where I got them from. And I love them because they look handmade, but there's no pigment to them at all. I literally have to go in and in and in, and I can't get any colour. And they're lovely, like quite metallic-y. There's no pigment to them at all. So yeah, I always stick with the ones that have been going years. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of colour in there, and then I'm going to get the foliage in. All right, is pigment quite strong, Amanda? Can you hear the sheep? The little lambs? Yeah. You know what, Lynn? Honestly, right? All you need to know is keep it wet where you're dropping the colour in, and your colour palette, make sure that you slightly blend your colours together. So I'm not using any pure colours from this palette. I'm not using any of them. What I'm doing is I'm putting them on my palette and mixing them together so they all marry up together. I think that's why people always say to me, you're really bold with colour. But that's how I do it every time, and I always it always well, it does to me. It always looks really cool. Right, so I'm going in with this green. I've already used this green with a tiny bit of that, so I know that it's going to go because it's already in there somewhere. No, I haven't, Gillian. I will try that. I don't often paint on black, but I was using it on white paper, and I literally had to keep going in, and there's hardly any colour. Yeah, I know, Lynn, but also as well, you wouldn't necessarily put them colours together either. Right, I'm happy with that. Let me just put a little bit more in there, that bit. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to be here all night, aren't I? Going, let me just put a bit more in that. Right, now I've gone into the pink, but I've also add a slight tinge of purple. I don't know if you'll be able to tell where. I'm just yeah, you can tell there. So I've gone in with pure colour. All I've done is dipped it in the water, just wiped it slightly on my rag so it's not wringing wet, and I'm moving that about. And then you just do that until you get the consistency, the deepness that you want. So in my water, tap it on my cloth, move that where I want it to go. So in with pure colour, yeah, into the water, tap it on my cloth, pull that out to where you want it to go. And quick as well. Try and move quick when you're doing this technique. Right, I am faffing now. Stop it now. Right, I'm going to just dry this off. Just give me a minute, and then I'm going to fine tune it, go into a face. Get some green, using that green, a slight bit of yellow ochre, and I've already used them in here as well, so it's going to be, we know because we've already used it in here that it's going to go fine. Into my water, dab it off, pull that out slightly. The reason I dry my brush off before I go back into it is that I don't want it to be too wet that it's just smudging everywhere. Going back into that green, into that yellow ochre. What time is it? I don't even know. Honestly, the iPad's above my head. I've already told you I've got to climb on his chair to have a look. So, Amanda, let me know what time it is. I mean, I'm not bothered. I'd literally be here all night with you. But you know, if you want to get off, it's absolutely fine. Honestly, you can always get the rest of it on catch up. But yeah, I'm doing an all-nighter. I'm doing an all-nighter with you. Oh, I should do an all-nighter. I'll let you all have a drink. I'll remain sober. Oh, don't. Honestly, I actually make myself... I'm having a conversation with myself, aren't I? What do you mean, 2020? It's 2120. Oh, Jan, that's funny. I was like, I've not been sat here that long. Oh, you know what, Jan's bought off me a few times, and she lives in Italy. I think that's what she said. But she's also got a place there, and it's literally down the road from me. It's a lovely, lovely village. Oh, Jan, you should be getting these stamps very soon. What? So what time is it? It's not 2020. What is it? Oh, is it really? Wow. I thought you meant, you know, years ago there was a drink, one they called 2020. Used to drink that, but oh my God, wasn't it strong? Amanda, did you used to drink that? Right, stop messing about now, Erica. Oh God, I bet you think I'm alright, daft dead. I actually get really excited, you know, when I'm doing this with you. I like it, I really do like it. I like spending a bit of time with you. I just wish I could see your faces. I didn't have to talk to myself. Yeah, you should have it soon, Jan. Let me know when you get it, chick. Right, so let's get a face in. Stop messing about. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, you know, because I was a tattooist. I was a tattooist for over 10 years, Jan, in Droylsden. You'll probably know it, in Manchester. And my eyesight, because I used to do really intricate tattoos, my eyesight it started to go really bad really quickly. So now, when I'm actually drawing cotton socks, because she's a lot smaller than these, I have to wear my big girl glasses. Right, so sorry, I'm just doing and not explaining that I need to start. Right, so I've wet all the face. I'm literally gone into that pink that we started with, remember? And a tiny bit of the yellow ochre, which we've already used. And all I'm doing, because this is wet already, I am just dropping it in where I think like the shadow would be. Because if the shadow's coming from here, this would be lighter than this side. And you can make up your own light source. Normally when I start a piece, I decide if the light source is coming from my right or if it's coming from my left. I'm just going to put a tiny bit on her shoulder here. Yeah. You can use yellow ochre in quite a lot of things. You know, mixed with a lot of things. But yeah, you wouldn't really consider yellow ochre for skin tone, because it is quite orangey, isn't it? But it works really well. I'll show you in a bit just what colour, I mean, I've probably only used about 5 colours in this, or maybe less, to blend it all together. That's quite yellow ochre there. You can see I've just added a bit more. I'm just going to add that slightly to the edges. With a tiny bit of depth again. And I think we've done on her face. And then just to do this quite a lot actually, just to even that out, I'm just going to, where this colour is here, I'm just going to take a bit of that colour and I'm going to add it somewhere else so it marries up. Just a hint of it, so it all marries up together. Oh my God. You know what, Natalie? 2020, the drink. You know, so, White Lightning, and what is it? Diamond White. They what I used to drink, and I only used to drink it because I was a student. I didn't really have a lot of money. But literally, you would have a couple and you were starting to feel drunk. But you know, when you first go out for the night, and I wasn't a particular drinker anyway, and you take that first sip of Diamond White or White Lightning, oh God, it was horrible, wasn't it? We used to have, did you ever used to have Blastaways, which was Castaway, which was quite a nice fruit drink, and then you mixed it with Diamond White, which to be fair made it bearable. But Diamond White in its own, oh, and I used to get so, I think that's why I stopped drinking, you know, because I used to get such bad hangovers. When I was with Dave, my ex-husband, the amount of times I was in the toilet being sick after a night out, or the room was going round and he had to look after me. Yeah, I wasn't very good. I don't know if Darren's still on, but me and Darren used to go drinking together. There was a load of us, and Darren will tell you a few stories. But yeah, I wouldn't say it. I don't think I was a lightweight, you know, but I just really ill after. I used to stay at my friend's house, Angela, and she used to get up bright as a button in the morning when we'd been out drinking. And honestly, I felt like an elephant was standing on my head. Oh, blast away, honestly. Even the thought of it now is making me a bit ill. You know what I've got in my fridge? Oh, you're going to think I'm really sad now. I've got Baileys. And I like Baileys, but the only thing is, one, it's really, really fattening, but it's a bit sickly when you've had a bit. So you know what I do sometimes? I mix it with milk. I love it. Reminds me of my holidays for some reason. Right, I think I'm nearly done now for this. I'm just going to do like a bit of the stencil and then I think I'm done. So this here, this like really nice colour here, it's the yellow, it's the rose with quite a lot of yellow ochre. Look at that. It's almost like a bit neon. Oh, I like it. Right, stop it now. Okay, right, let's get on. Right, I'm going to dry it and then I'm going to put the stencil on, and I've got a little something to go down there. It's a little treat. I know, oh, you know what, that's why I didn't say anything, Angela, about the Baileys, because I knew that's what you was going to all say, but I actually quite like it. I'm just not very good with alcohol. In my day, I used to drink Guinness and Black, pints of it. Yeah, hot chocolate. Well, the thing is, that's only like Baileys and milk. And it's gone cold. It tastes a little bit like a milkshake. See, I'm selling it to you now, aren't I? Right, stop doing that now. Right, let me get this. Oh, where are you? So ideally, I would probably flatten this under something quite heavy. And then once it's completely dry and flat, I would do the stenciling. But hey ho, let's have a go. And I'd also, once it's completely dry, I'd go in with pencil crayon. I love this Stella Pace from Funky Fossil. This one's the Starlight, and it's just a slight hint of sparkle, but I absolutely love it. I'll put it there. So sorry if this goes wrong, and I only do it on quite flat paper. Right, behave yourself, Erica. I think I should have taped it down, to be fair. It's because I'm a bit thingy about time now. I'm stressing, thinking you've all got things to do. I think what's really good with this colour is if you make a mistake, you can't really see it. I do like the gold though. I think I have messed up here. I should have stuck it down, shouldn't I? Oh, it don't matter, does it? Don't matter, we're amongst friends, aren't we? Yay! Actually, I'm very chuffed for that. Look at that. Oh, it doesn't take much, does it? Some of it is a bit smudged, but look, see it? So I'd let that dry, and then here at the bottom, where are you? Started making me collage things again because I'm obsessed. So this is from the other one, the Fern one. This stamp set. I'm gonna put that there with the little frog on. Beautiful. Just put that back in there, Erica. I can see it to do it. Yeah, I've done it. So you can see on this one that I did a couple of days ago. Let me show you. So here, I've literally gone back into that a little bit with pencil crayon, which was a pinky lilac. And I've just made things a little, like you can see on the flowers there, just made things a little bit sharper. But do that when it's dry, or you'll end up ripping the paper. But yeah, that's it. Then I'll leave that to go flat now. I mean, that'd look brilliant. You know, Jane got me, I think it was for Christmas or my birthday, she got me a journal, and it was the one that Leonie was doing. They're really nice. And honestly, I've still got it. I've not used it because I'm scared to make a mess in it. So yeah, and these would look brilliant in journals. And I think also with this as well, sometimes I've done that section, and then this bit, I might rip it off, and then I'll keep that section for another time, and then do things like this. So anything that I do that I say I'm not keen on, or I just think, oh, that spoils it, I'll just rip it off. I always keep it, because then I can do all my little tiny bits, and that's what I absolutely love.